Alrighty.
Welcome back to Fair Play Fellowship, where we always play fair. And today, well, I guess yesterday, we had I will say, the best episode yet of season 49. Still have some complaints, still have some thoughts to go over, but for the most part, I'm pleased with it. Um, but initially, let's start with the red and yellow tribes because we ain't going to talk about them much, but we will get to the meat and potatoes that is the blue tribe shortly. So,
Alrighty.
what you got? Initial thoughts of the episode? You liked it? You didn't like it?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was pretty straightforward, and because Alex had that idol at the end, um, it felt predictable, even though they
Right.
try to make you go left and right.
Yeah.
But the idol searching, we talked about it last time. Like, if you find it, keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
And this whole episode was just the opposite of that for
Right.
everybody.
Yeah. I so I don't necessarily mind the whole, hey, let's group search because it gives you a chance to go find the idol.
Yeah, yeah,
And that was the whole like with we'll start with yellow. With MC, and Steven, they made their whole plan. Let's, offer up group searching and split up, and whoever finds it, tell the other, That's
yeah. They
fine
certainly did it best out of everybody in the episode.
for sure.
They knew they were going to tell each other, or at
Yeah.
least
Yeah.
MC was. Who knows if
Steven would have.
but
Yeah.
if it would have gone the other way around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say of all the idols that were found, even though the Yellow Tribe is extremely boring to watch right now,
Yeah.
it looked good for them for those two.
Yeah.
I will say
So,
that just real quick.
yeah, go ahead.
I think that your boy Jason, I think he's in
Yeah.
trouble.
You think so?
He looks way too smart. And I think as soon as they get into they start thinking about who's a threat, I think he's going to be
Yeah.
one of the first names that goes up there.
Yeah. I could see that. I could see if they're just like trying to offer up a name or something, him being one that a lot of people could agree on. But
Yeah.
I think so. Back to the idol hunting. I think that they had a plan. They went for it. They did it. MC executed it, and she told Steven, and they are certainly a duo that's going to last for as long as it possibly can, I would say. Um, Going into next episode, they're doing a tribe shuffle. I don't know if you watched the Next Time on Survivor thing. So
Yes, I did.
if they end up on separate tribes, that could be interesting. But if they end up on the same tribe, that's a lot of power to hold with two people and an idol that only they know about.
Yeah.
Um, but I agree. MC looked. I mean, she did. I think she did the right thing. I am still always a fan of not telling anyone about your idol because on the off chance Steven turns on you, it'd be nice for him not to know. So,
Yeah.
tell him later on if you have, because they don't even have their idols yet, red or yellow. They just have the advantage. They still got to lose a challenge and get their idol.
Yeah.
Uh,
I know it's easier sitting on the couch and saying, "Oh,
for
what are you
sure.
doing? Telling somebody
Yeah.
about your idol." And
Yeah.
but I agree. Like, if you're gonna tell someone about your idol, you have to wait until you've
Hmm.
had it in your pocket, like a buyer's
Right.
remorse type of thing. Think
Right.
about it for a night, sleep on it, and then
Yeah.
decide if it's the best strategic thing to go tell somebody.
Right. Because if, for sure, if I'm Steven right now and I know that she has the advantage, and if we were to lose a challenge, she then gets like the second clue or whatever, the second part of the beware advantage. I'm thinking if I'm Steven, I know Steven is not me, but I will do what Sophie did and essentially try and get that idol before MC can get it. You know,
No
i-
way.
if
No way.
if it's in the cards, like obviously if MC's right there, I'm not going to try and snake her out of it because it'd be super obvious. But if there is a
Yeah, I mean,
way,
he's the only one that knows it's going to be at the water well.
right, exactly. So if there is somehow a way for because at the other tribe they dug up at the water well and it showed this rope or chain or whatever and they had to follow it to get the idol. or whatever it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And Sophie had her opportunity, and she saw the idol, like the box that the idol was in, and was like, "Oh, let me bury this real quick. Hopefully they don't find it. I'll come back for it." That sort of thing. Love it.
That would have been so sweet had she
It
gotten
would have
that.
been sick. Yeah, would have. Yeah, that would have been awesome. Didn't happen, But and that's the thing with these beware advantages. Every in the new era, they're all beware advantages unless you get something on a journey, and almost everyone feels the need to tell somebody because it requires some sort of action to get your idol. So,
Yeah.
Blue Tribe,
You
everyone
need
knew about
cover.
it. Yeah, exactly. Like cause a
Yeah.
distraction or something,
Yeah.
so that you're not watching me. So it's fun, and in so something funny in 41 and 42, to activate your idol, you had to say a funny phrase at like an immunity challenge. So like one person's phrase was, I'm losing it out here. I'm starting to think that butterflies are just my relatives coming to say hi, or something like that. And in order for the idol to be activated, the people on the other two tribes had to say their funny phrases. So if this one guy looks
So
like an
you might be
absolute,
saying it and the other
yeah,
tribe doesn't know what their funny phrase is, and then you have to say it again the next time.
yeah. And so
That's
everyone's
pretty
just like,
funny.
it was funny. Obviously, they can't really do that again. So they did it on 41 and 42 because they film them back to back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And unfortunately, those seasons suck. But it was funny because this one guy's like, my dead relatives are coming to say hi through butterflies, in like 5 challenges in a row, waiting for the others to get their clue and have to say it. But um, there's probably some reel on YouTube of a montage of them having to say it. So I'll try and find
That's
something and send
good.
it to you.
Yeah.
But anyways, I don't even know how I thought of that. But
Yeah.
all these beware advantages, there's some sort of extra something. You don't get your vote until you get your advantage, or until you get your until you lose. You don't get your vote until you get your idol.
Sure.
So you just lose your vote or whatever. Anyways, I think the Rizzo. We'll go ahead and skip to the Red Tribe. I know that happened at the end of the episode, but the way he found his idol and told everyone,
Yeah,
I was
no.
like, dude, or found the beware advantage. Didn't get his idol, but just told absolutely everyone. And I get it, it's a team building thing. And I know at the end he was like, but I know that like this is my idol, it's in my pocket. All you're doing is
Yeah.
making yourself the biggest target of the 6 of them.
Yep.
So didn't love that. Love
Yeah, bad
Rizzo, did not
call.
love that.
I
Bad.
think that pointed more towards our theory that Rizzo's on 50 because he's so lovable,
Yeah.
and Savannah's gonna be on 50 because she looks like she's just an absolute killer.
Yeah, she's cutthroat. I
Yeah.
mean, she certainly came across as cutthroat the way Sage said her name, Shannon told her, and was like, Savannah was like, I can get rid of you if I want to. And
I just have to say it.
say it. Oh, what?
Oh, Savannah, yeah. She's like,
Yeah. Oh,
I'll get
yeah,
rid
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
all I have to do is say it and it's done.
Yeah,
But
yeah. And sure enough, it it certainly could be done. They lose one challenge. I mean, she has the 4: Savannah, Rizzo, Nate, and Shannon. Poor Juwan. He's just on his own. Sage, same thing. Um, but like other than that, Red Tribe didn't really get any action besides the Rizzo thing at the very end, finding the idol and telling everyone.
yeah.
So
I was curious. I was thinking about it today whenever Sage was coming to the realization like these people are having quiet talks and I'm not a part of them. So, as a Big Brother fanatic, not a Big Brother, Survivor fanatic,
yeah, yeah,
um, sorry, I don't mean to insult you like that,
yeah. Please,
but
please.
how many days have to go by on an island if you were there
Oh,
and
okay.
for you to think, okay, I haven't been a tight four, a core four alliance. How many days until you're like, I'm on the outs?
I would. I first of all, I'm the one approaching people. Like, I would certainly have something before the end of the first day, at least
Mhm.
with one other person. And, like I said in one of these episodes, like, I would go up to several different people and just say, hey, let's just gather information today, um, and, meet back at some point tonight or tomorrow morning and just kind of exchange thoughts. So it immediately builds a game relationship. And then from there, typically people like being approached and like being told, "Hey, I get good vibes from you.
Yeah.
Um, let's exchange information later."
I
And
would imagine your game looking like Steven's
if
on
it
Yellow Tribe,
would, it would for sure. And like,
and I
it's
think you
hard.
would get paranoid.
Oh, I was gonna say it's hard to say from the couch, but I certainly think, in the interview questions, they're like, "What are you afraid of happening?" Paranoia would certainly be on my list of like, I could see myself getting paranoid. Like when I
Yeah.
played the
Yeah.
orgs online, I made it through all these different tiers of houses with this Big Brother game I played. And then when I got to the
Mhm.
point where I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm kind of killing it." Like I have just blown through these first tiers and I'm on this tier 5 of 7, and if you win tier 7, you win like significant money. So,
Yeah.
in the tier 5 houses, I was like one of the very first houses I was in, I did everything right. But then it came down to vote and I was on the block and I was, like, telling everyone way too much, and I knew exactly what I did wrong. But so I could certainly see myself, I get on Survivor being immediately paranoid of, "I do not wanna be the first one out."
Yeah.
Like, that's biggest fear.
Yeah, I
Um,
think that's the danger of just being a super fan is
for
like, "Oh
sure.
my gosh, I'm here. How long is my dream gonna last?
Right,
Only one
yeah.
day."
It would be like, I'd have to just like put it out of my mind that this is my dream happening and I'm now playing a game. Cause like I take games seriously. I love competition, mental, social games. You know that.
Yep.
And I would hope I could do that. Turn off the this is my dream happening right now and just go, I am loving this game. Like,
Full game mode.
let's play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so anyways,
Sage, on our fantasy, how it has like the predictable things that,
yeah.
hey, you're gonna get points, 3 points if they say 100% or at the end of the day or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I One of the things they need to add in there is school age trauma, because I swear every single season, and this is
Hmm.
still on the topic of Sage, there's always a cast member
Dude.
that starts crying when they talk about their high school experience. I'm like, kid, you are 30 years old. You are over a decade removed from this.
Yeah.
Move past it. It drives me crazy seeing it.
Yeah.
These people need therapy. I'm like,
Dude.
go get your help. You're 30 years old. You only have 2/3 left of your life at most.
Yeah.
You need to move past this. But every single
Yeah.
season, I look at Emily. I'm like, oh,
Here
here's
she
the person
goes.
crying about junior high,
Yeah.
and you're 30 years
Yeah.
old.
I was bullied, my friends ditched me. Yeah, all
I,
that stuff.
I get it. Some people have really bad experiences in school,
Sure.
but when you're 30 years old and you're playing Survivor, go have fun. You're on Survivor.
Yeah.
Don't be thinking
Listen,
about your days in junior high. These people do not
right,
care about your junior high life.
right. I've been through some stuff, but I'm almost
Yeah.
30 years
You've
old.
been
If I get
choke
on
slammed.
I got bullied and I got choke slammed by a wrestler my freshman year, and I did absolutely nothing wrong. But but if I go on Survivor, I'm not gonna be like, "This reminds me of the one time I was choke slammed, and this just brings me back
Yeah,
to the
dude.
days where I got picked on," no. I and I didn't even get picked on. It was a fluke incident with this guy that was roid raging or something, but, um, what a great time. Anyways, um, yeah, I completely agree. I don't know if it's on, um, this specific fantasy app, but I've heard of people using it of, like, if they show like a montage of them back home or they show a picture of them as a child, in the episode, it's points for something. I don't know if this app has that or not,
Yeah.
but I agree. Honestly, everyone would get points though, because I feel like that's what it takes to get on Survivor these days is trauma, people having high school, middle school trauma.
Everybody nowadays has trauma, and
Yeah.
that's the problem.
That is the problem, because when I apply, I'm gonna have to
Not
make
to be
something up.
not to be insensitive, but we're talking about a game here.
Yeah.
You're playing a
Yeah,
game.
dude.
It's
Yeah.
like being on national television draws out the pain of the past from these people.
Right.
And it's like,
Yeah.
why?
It's like they're just milking it for the camera, and they love it. And there's one of my favorite, I'd probably put him in my top 3 Survivor players from the new era. Let me clarify, from the new era. Jake from season 45. He is goofy, hilarious. You might hate him, I don't know, but he has a moment where this other contestant is like throwing a fit about not getting a reward, not getting brought on a reward. And Jake, to everything this guy Drew says, Jake says, but we're on Survivor. But we're on Survivor. Like, yeah, you're having a bad day, but you're on Survivor. Like, you're
Yeah.
living so many people's dream on
It
Survivor.
sounds like I would
And
love them. So
yeah, I mean,
that's the
he's kind of like, at first you're like maybe a little annoyed by him, but he is someone I was dying to have on 50 and didn't make it. And
mm,
they put, randos like other people from the new era on 50 that shouldn't be on there. But he should have been there. I'm sure he'll get invited back eventually, but he ain't there yet. So,
yeah.
um, anyways, yellow and red. Anything else from yellow or red, or anything on the topic we're currently talking about? I got
Oh,
one other thing about yellow. So Jason, like you said, super smart. He's killing it. Also, got to stop right here. We just hit an all-time high of 4 viewers. We're super big time now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go ahead and do it now before you forget, because people at the end of the episode, they just check out and don't like or subscribe. So, don't know who you are. Feel free to leave a comment. We love that you're watching. Anyways, Jason's killing it at the puzzles as usual. Like, he just gets there, and there's not even a question of who's going to finish first. It feels like.
yeah.
Um, Other thing about yellow, every single person, it feels like that tribe is irrelevant. Like, they're going to be the 12th through 7th vote off or something. Like, once the merge happens, they're just going to be gone, because it may be not MC and Steven, because the other 4 already have an episode with 0 confessionals. So, like, they've had their invisible episodes. Matt, invisible. Sophie, invisible this episode. Like, not a
I
word
mean
from
that
them.
that lines up because you have Rizzo and Savannah, and you
For sure.
have blue team. So red's gonna draw in blue,
Right.
and then they're gonna vote out yellow.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to
It,
see how
it
the
makes
tribe
sense.
shuffle happens. I think people online have
Yeah,
already done their, like, piecing together some screenshots and already have who's going to be on which tribe. I haven't done that.
that's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I'll see it on Wednesday. I'll probably get spoiled of how the tribe shuffles out at some point over the next week, but I like, it's MC, I think, has some, legs. She'll be in the game for a while because she's got an idol. Well, hopefully she'll have an idol at some point once she, loses or whatever. But
yeah,
and Steven seems like her number 1, so he should make it decently far. But the rest of the Yellow Tribe, they've all had these invisible episodes of just not having confessionals at all. So,
yeah.
um, yeah. Other than that, Red, I mean, it's obviously going to turn into the Savannah and Rizzo show, and that's going to be that.
Yeah, and we keep getting small glimpses of Nate too.
Yeah.
I like Nate, so
Yeah.
I hope that he goes far. From what I've seen, his short clips, he seems like
Yeah.
just an extremely easy to like dude.
Right. I
There
think
for all
a
the right
lot of
reasons.
agreed. I think he'll be a good player. He'll probably make it far. That core 4 will probably make it decently far, from the Red Tribe, unless the tribe shuffle just screws someone, get swap screwed, as they call it in the Survivor community. Um, but so a lot of the online people for Survivor believe that, 1 through 41 through 49, we've gotten 0 returnee episodes, or sorry, returnee seasons, which is not normal. We usually get at least 1 or 2 every 10 seasons. So most people believe that 50 through 59, 60 is going to be like return heavy because Survivor's finally going to production's going to listen to the fans and give a second chance season. Nate is someone I could see possibly being on another second chance season, obviously depending on how the rest of the season goes.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna say
as
that's an
far
early
as
call.
yeah. As far as like, I mean, if I have to call someone, I would call Jake because that sucks. Um,
Yeah.
but I could see, depending on how the rest of the season goes for Nate, I could see him on one of those, and I could also see
Yeah.
Jake from
Well, if they
45,
brought
who I
back
mentioned earlier.
Mike White, then they should bring back Nate because I cannot stand that I have to watch that guy again.
Yeah, dude, I hope he's definitely of the 24 people they're bringing back, and I've seen 3 episodes of Rizzo and Savannah. Mike White is easily bottom 3.
Yeah. He'll
Yeah,
go far. I'm sure he will.
well, that's what, like, again, back to the online community. Most of the online community is like, their worry about Mike White is that people are going to be like, hey, make an alliance with me and then give me a cameo in The White Lotus because he's given cameos in the first 3 seasons to people on David versus Goliath. So,
Really?
yeah, Alec, Cara, Angelina, Christian's in the background of one episode. Um,
Really? I want to
yeah,
see those clips. I want a montage of that.
yeah, Natalie.
So you think that was part of a bribe in game?
I think in 50, and because I don't want to forget someone, Carl also was in season 3 of The White Lotus. I think I just named everyone. But yeah, people are like, in 50, if I'm, Angelina's on 50, but she's already gotten her
They're just saying
cameo.
they would ask for their cameos.
Right. So it's like, hey, I'll stick with you, but give me a cameo in The White Lotus season 4 or whatever. And
Oh, brother.
everyone
Tarnish.
online, yeah, everyone online is like, please, people, just vote him out. So that's not a question. Like
Yeah. Well, vote him out
people,
because he's unlikable.
yeah. Well, he's not. Again, one of the people I'm least excited to see. One, because he's not my favorite. Two, because of this whole cameo thing, and he's got millions. He's got the money. He doesn't need to win Survivor, and he proved that by making it to the final 3 and then basically saying, "I don't need to win Survivor." So I don't. He should not. What really kills me is that if you wanted to put someone from 37 on, and it had to be a guy, put Davey on.
I
Davey would
know.
have been such
Ev-
a great
You
person
had to
on
love
50.
Davey.
I
I
Yeah,
mean, talk about a pure heart.
seriously. He's got some of
It's
my
like
favorite
watching,
moments in the game.
yeah. And dude, they just worked hard together, waking up every
Yeah.
morning to go idol searching while
Yep.
Goliath just laid there. I was
Yeah,
like,
dude.
man, this is awesome. You gotta love it.
One of this is, obviously we're off topic from the recap, but Davey standing on the rocks and just like flipping that stick around as a distraction is one of my favorite moments in Survivor history because everyone's like, "What is he doing?" And he's just over there dancing with a stick. I love that moment.
Yeah,
Um,
it's brilliant.
yeah, it's just funny. Like because he's a silly guy already, it comes across as,
Mhm.
oh, Davey's just being Davey and flipping his stick around, but it's truly strategic. So
Yeah, no, the dude actually played the game, and
yeah,
that's what's awesome. Because
yeah,
when
exactly.
you're that nice of a person
Right.
and you're still likable, it's because you're doing a good job with the game. But
Hmm.
I, it's easy to like the villains because you just love disruption. But
Yeah,
I'm glad
but
that you like the good guy finally.
no, I love the fun good guys. Like Joe was not a fun good guy from 48, but Davey, Jake, who I mentioned, he's not necessarily a good guy, but he's a guy that's like tries to make a plan. Jake from 46, not from 49, tries to make a plan, and it just he's like the Charlie Brown of the season. Makes a plan and then things just get pulled out from under him and fails over and over and over again.
Mhm.
I love characters. I love characters. Period. I love Coach, even though he's on the villain's tribe.
Yeah.
He's not necessarily a
I
villain.
I liked Coach too.
Yeah, Coach is just a fun character. You, I need you to watch his first season because it's hilarious. Um, okay. Anyways, let's get back on topic. We lost 2 viewers. Don't know who they were, but they obviously
RIP.
hate us talking about other stuff. So, um, anyways, Blue Tribe, the Medivac. What'd you think, man?
Ah, I thought he was a sissy.
You thought so?
I thought so. But I will say, so yeah, being a medic and then Emily being a nurse, of course we were
Yeah,
interested
for
immediately.
sure.
Like, and whenever you see something that dramatic in real life, I mean, it's fun to watch. It's good television, but
Right.
seeing that it was a dry bite. However, um, Emily was looking up the symptoms and stuff, and that specific snake can have a delayed venom, like response in the
Interesting.
body
Okay.
that takes up to 2 weeks to notice whether or not it's actually affecting you, and it's neurotoxic. So it could actually be extremely
Interesting.
severe. And even though they said like, "Oh, you're clear right now," it's just
Mhm.
that you're going back into too harsh of a psychological condition and
Yeah,
rough environment to make us feel comfortable with the decision of putting you back there. There actually was probable medical concern for that snake bite because, if you send him back and he's in the middle of the water and then his symptoms kick in or something like that and the dude starts
sure.
sinking, it's obviously a
Right.
lot different.
See,
But
that's interesting to hear your take about that because obviously you know more and Emily looked it up and whatever, but my like sure so you're telling me that they could not have any idea that he's been poisoned, infected, or whatever until 2 weeks from then? Like there's not a way that they could tell and be like, "Oh, no, there is venom inside of you. It might take a second." Like that to me that's just bizarre. And as someone who doesn't know any medical stuff, my I let out an audible "what" whenever the doctor said that he couldn't go
no,
back in the game.
I was shocked
Yeah,
too. I was shocked too because I
okay.
hadn't seen the delayed venom thing, and I
Yeah,
was like, I can't believe first off that the doctor said no. Because I told Emily, I was like, he's going back in the game. If there's no venom, he's going back. And then
yeah,
whenever he was told no, and then he didn't argue, that's
yeah.
to
Dude,
me, I think there's some off-screen stuff happening there where he's
yeah.
like, okay, maybe this is just my sign
Yeah,
that my
that's what I was
son's
about to
about
say.
to come and I need to go home. I think
Yeah,
that's what happened because to be in, again, the opportunity to play Survivor
yeah,
and to know that you're not actually, at least in the moment to him, he's under the thought that I'm not poisoned. All I have is a small bite on my foot.
right.
You get your butt back into Survivor
Yeah,
and you fight for it. I would be
right.
arguing with that doctor
Dude,
until
I would have been pissed. Like, I
yeah,
literally wrote down on my paper, "biggest fear," because, like, I
get
feel
bit by a
perfectly
sea
fine.
crate.
Yeah, not even the secret thing, getting removed from Survivor because of a medevac that seems
Yeah, no, I know, I know.
stupid to me, but, like, that's what like, I've heard that theory from, shout out to the specialists, from the specialists. They were, like, basically, if there must have been some sort of behind the scenes, he was like he just faced a, life-threatening, life flashing before his eyes moment of like, "Oh, wow, I could
100%.
actually die out here and not be there for my son. So, let me go ahead and get out." And, maybe this is completely theorizing, obviously, but
Mhm.
maybe, they asked Jake, "Hey, do you want us to piece it together like, no, you can't go back in?" Who knows? Maybe they would do that, maybe they wouldn't. Um,
Yeah.
but
It
basically
felt it felt very much. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I mean the part that's like the most questionable to me is that the doctor's reasoning was the whole like mental psychological, like, we
Mhm.
don't want you to be in this survivor setting because of what you just went through. Like, bro, what? Let the dude
Yeah.
play survivor. That's You go
Yeah.
out there to be uncomfortable and in a bad situation and then
Yeah.
play a
People get
game
bit by
during it.
stuff all the time. It's not a
Yeah,
snake
right.
usually,
It's
but
somehow
still.
a snake has never happened in 49 seasons
Yeah.
until last night's episode. So, I mean, it's pretty crazy, and I appreciated the like look into the medevac and them checking on him, and I understand it, I guess, but
Yeah.
man, if I was laying there, I would have been
I think they were
pissed.
covering them. I
You
think they
think
were
so?
covering them to yeah, because I mean, the like stereotypical husband and wife joke that goes like if a wife gets the flu, then you don't know because she
Yeah, yeah.
just keeps working and she takes care of the family. But
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
husband gets the flu and it's like the dude is dying. And it kind
Yeah,
of felt like that. It was
right.
given that energy where he had the flu, the snake bite, and he was just like, "Oh, like
Yeah.
woe is me."
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just to me, in my brain, if I got bit by that snake and and I was cleared, and they said, getting bit by that sea crate is like getting struck by lightning as far as how random and
Right.
off chance that is, I'd be like, great. Well, then I'm invincible the rest of the show because lightning doesn't strike the same place
Yeah,
twice.
right, yeah.
So
That's how my mind would work as well.
yeah, I'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
I got the bad luck out of the way. Let's go win this
Right.
game now.
It would
But
be I will say that if I would first of all, I would never be there with the birth of my son coming. I've applied for Survivor every year for the past, like, 10 years. The last year was the one year I didn't because I had a baby on the way, and he was due in May, and so I would have missed the birth of my son. The one year I don't apply. Anyways, if I was there and I did do it, I could understand how this life-threatening thing happened, gave you a new perspective, and you then decide to not continue in the game. But me now, like, if I went on the show 2 years ago before I had a son, or even now, like, this next season on 51 or 52, I think I would be fine. I think I'd be like, "No, you put me back out there, like, I'm here to play the game. It's a dry bite, nothing's wrong with me. Let me play." Like,
yeah,
it was, I was shocked. I was certain the doctor was about to say, "He's good, we'll just monitor him, we'll check in with him at every challenge," because 'cause they've done that before. Like, they check in with bug bites that look kinda weird that might get infected, or
sure.
whatever. So, I was
Yeah,
shocked.
that's what made me yeah, not to call him a weenie or anything, but I mean, he was on the back of the boat, spitting between his feet, kinda looking like
Yeah,
he's gonna
yeah, yeah.
throw up, and it was
Yeah,
entirely in his head.
sure.
And like I said, it is easy watching from the couch, you know, eating my lunch that was just made for me, and the
Yeah.
dude hasn't eaten in 6 days or whatever. But yeah, that's crazy. And, had you applied, you might have been Jason this year. You might have been the alternate. Shame,
Could've
you'll never
been.
know. What's funny is, Emily, whenever we saw Jake's like testimonial about how he's like, might be missing the chance of seeing his son born, Emily was
Yeah,
like, "No, if you get picked to go on, you're going, even if we're having a kid." She's like, "Because I think you could win the game." I was
yeah.
like, "Okay,
See, no, I Riley's not around. If I if it was, like, our second born, maybe. Like, I
yeah,
could potentially see it working out because it's for $1,000,000, like, and I guess I wouldn't let possibly getting on the show stop me from applying again, because the application process, like, if you get to the very end and then get cut, and then even tell them, "Actually, my son's about to be born, never mind," like, they're gonna keep you in mind for the next season. So, I wouldn't let it stop me again, but I I would at least question it. And it's it's for $1 million.
Yeah.
If
One in
Riley's
how many
mad,
chance to win?
yeah, yeah, currently 18 because it's always 18 apparently, except for 50 is going to be
Yeah.
24.
Okay, that's what I thought. I
Yeah,
was like,
50's 24.
50
It's going to be
has
three
extra people.
tribes of 8
So is it an extra
tribes.
long season?
No. So the
Hmm.
assumption is that it's going to be a like
2
for
loser
the
tribes?
pre-merge, before the merge happens, both tribes that lose will go to tribal council every episode for like the first 4 or 5 episodes or something. That's what people online think. Don't know if that's going to happen or not, but um, that's where I would put my money, because
Yeah.
26 days with 24 people is crazy.
Yeah.
Australian Survivor does like 48 days with 24 people. So, anyways, Blue Tribe, they're getting decimated. Something I feel like we should at least mention is after the immunity challenge, both tribes like not celebrating that won. That was pretty crazy to me. Like them just being like, get back to your mat, get back to your mat, and just standing there silently, because hard to celebrate whenever you just had someone leave because of a medevac and now you have to go vote someone out. Like, good for
Mhm.
them for being good sports. I would have loved if just one person, not thinking, was like, yes, we won, suck it, or something, and then the rest of the
Yeah.
tribe be like, shh, shh.
Yeah.
But good for them, I
Yeah,
guess.
it was actually, not to be such a softy, but it was actually pretty touching. I was like,
No, I
it's
agree.
cool to see people care.
Yeah.
And but yeah, that competition, man, like I remember whenever Rizgod went against Alex in that first comp, and Alex
Mhm.
is like, dude, I'm great at puzzles. Dude, that dude was trash.
He
Every single time he's on a puzzle, it's like he can't. I don't know if it's just in his head, like placebo, that he
yeah,
just can't win right now.
maybe.
Because every
He's
single time it showed him
choking.
trying to match up a piece to the puzzle, I
Looked
was
like a
like,
complete
dude,
idiot, dude.
my boy's threes for tomorrow. Happy birthday, Levi.
Happy birthday.
He could fit that puzzle. I've seen him do it with dinosaurs on our floor. Like, it was a joke. I kept looking at Emily like, this guy cannot figure out a puzzle
Well,
piece. He can't figure out one
even
piece.
dude, even at one point, I swear he had the right piece, but he was trying to push it in like this. When it
Yeah,
slides in like this, I'm like, dude, it's not that hard. I'm looking at the piece, it's the correct one, but you're
it was
shoving it.
driving me crazy. I was
Yeah,
like,
poor
Jeremiah is
Alex.
doing everything he can to save Blue right
Mhm,
now.
mhm. Yeah, I don't
I'm
know what
so
was going
sad.
on there.
I'm so sad about Jeremiah. Mm.
Yeah, so it's the Blue Tribe. Let me do my whole rant about this whole 3 tribe thing.
Get it out. Let me hear
Every
it.
single 5 of the last 6 seasons have a disaster tribe, and have at least one tribe get down to 3 members before the merge. I'm sick of watching it. It's so predictable at this point, especially with this season's probably the most predictable because they suck at puzzles. And in the new era,
Yeah,
almost
you
every
have
single
to. Yeah.
challenge ends with a puzzle. So it's
Mhm.
like, okay, Blue Tribe's never winning anything ever. And Jason's just that good at puzzles on the Yellow Tribe. But in 31, I wrote it all down. I'm just going to go through the past 10 seasons before 41. I guess 11 seasons. 30 had 3 tribes. 31, 2. 32 had 3. 33 had 2. 34, 2. 35, 3. I'll stop there. They mixed it up. They had 2 tribes and then 3 tribes. You could never predict it. You could never, meta game logic it before you got there, because you
Mhm.
didn't know if you were going on a 3 tribe season or a 2 tribe season until you're probably flying out there and you see 20 people or 18 people. And like, 8 there have been some good seasons with the 3 tribe format, but any season that's been this whole disaster tribe thing the past 6 seasons has not been overly exciting. The best season of the past 6 amongst fans agree for the most part it's 47. And 47 is the one without a disaster tribe.
Hmm.
And I don't think that's a fluke. I think that's just the way it is. We're sick of seeing it. Switch it up. And I could go on and on and on.
Go. Go.
50,
I'm enjoying this. You're spitting some
fif-
facts right now.
50, they could have done new era versus old era. 24 people, 12 versus 12, with some giant tribals, which would have been chaotic and crazy, and no one would have known what was going on. And Jeff's biggest thing is that he loves these small tribes because tribals are scary. You have a 1 in 6 chance of going home. That's fine, but guess what? We've seen it for 9 seasons in a row. And now you're doing 24 people. 8 people is a little bit better. It's better for sure. I guess I won't complain about having more people. But if you would have done new era versus old era, every person who complained about the cast being way too new era heavy wouldn't have complained nearly as much. And that's a
Yeah.
very prevalent complaint people have with this season 50 cast is that there are way too many people from the last 9 seasons, and then the previous 40 have the same amount, 12 versus 12.
Well,
You
as a new viewer, that sounds perfectly fine to me. You got to let go of the old eventually.
That's fine, but then make it a thing of new era versus old era. Instead, they have one tribe with 3 new era, 5 old era, one tribe with 5 old era, 3 new era, and one tribe with 4 of each.
Hmm.
Split it evenly. Even if you're going to split it in 3 tribes, do 4 each. It makes
Yeah.
no sense. I uh yeah. So I'm sick of 3 tribes. I'm
Yeah.
sick of 18 people. Mix it up. Make it 2 tribes for 51. If you don't, you've heard the fans production. Everyone, not a single person is like, "Oh yeah, let's do the same thing every single season." Mix it up.
Yeah.
Go back to 2. You know what? For 52, go back to 3 if you want. If you feel so inclined that 3 is better, do 2 and 3 for 51 and 52. Let me know which one gets better ratings. That's my spiel about 3 tribes. I'm sick
I
of it.
like it.
The best seasons of all
I'm too
time.
new to be sick of anything, so I just kind of have to listen to your facts, but
That's
it's pretty
fair,
sound.
but like David versus Goliath, Heroes versus Villains are 2 of the best seasons ever because it's such a obvious format. Like you let the players play, but also
Hmm.
Heroes versus Villains, that's just cool. David versus Goliath, that's just cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, there's some good 3
True.
tribe
I
seasons,
mean,
but if you watch 9 in a row, it's not that entertaining after 9. So
yeah. I mean, David and Goliath is probably my favorite season. So,
yeah, that's a completely okay take. Like
yeah.
I support that.
I would rather have just going into 50. I would have rather seen that equal split straight down the middle, 2 squads.
Yes,
But
new era versus old
again,
era would have been sick. And
yeah.
title it that. It would have been like the people like you rooting for the new era, or obviously you have your favorites from David versus Goliath, not Mike White, but Angelina and Christian on there. You'd be rooting for
I
them from
can't
the old
stand
era.
Angelina.
Oh well, shoot! I thought you were ready to see her. You were excited to see her.
I am excited for her as a character, but as a person, I have to root for people that I actually like. I told you this is how I
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
about
yeah.
my fantasy team in football. Like
Right.
watching Cam Scatterbo tonight, I was like, dang, I wish that dude was on my team because I just
Yeah,
love the actual dude.
that dude's
So
crazy.
that's how I feel. That and my next fantasy draft for Survivor, different strategy because I'm the only one losing players right now.
That's
So
true. I
I'm just
lost
gonna pick
Annie,
the
but you're
people that
just
I
yeah.
like.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
how you do it
I'm
because
hurting.
I mean, it's easy to go into the game and you're like, yeah, this person looks like they'll do good. But then by the time 3 episodes have happened, you're like, oh no, I like this. I like Alex. I like
Yeah,
Sophie. So
yeah.
whatever.
I got to throw up a big RIP to my boy Jeremiah, man.
Mhm.
That laugh was iconic. It was
It
short-lived
was.
on Survivor 49, but
Yeah.
I mean, that dude, his laugh belongs in the world of Disney on an evil villain. They need to
Yeah.
have that dude come in for voice acting
Yeah.
for one day and just clip him over and over and over and over again and just spread it throughout their movies because it is that
Yes.
perfect of an evil laugh. Whenever
It's
I know it
great.
was last episode, but when he said he was voting for Annie and he
Yeah.
gave that crazy face and they zoomed
Yeah.
in on him, I was like, man,
Yeah.
that shot is money. And every
Yeah.
single time they show it on the TV, if he laughs, I am laughing on my couch.
Dude,
So,
when him and
Jeremiah,
Alex were
man, I was rooting for you, bro.
yeah. When when him and Alex were eating whatever they were eating and he gagged, oh my gosh, that was so funny. Loved it. And Alex
Yeah.
was like, "You still want me to eat this after that?" Like, oh, what a great
Yeah. Alex is like, "Wait, no, no, no,
yeah,
don't do
no.
that. Don't do that."
Yeah, yeah, that was funny. Um, okay, so get into tribal and
Yeah.
get into, I guess, the blue tribe preparing for tribal. I think I mean, I feel like everyone kinda did the right thing, and it happened how I think it should have happened, and I feel like that rarely actually rarely happens on Survivor. Somebody makes the wrong move and screws everything up, but I do think this episode went exactly how it should have gone,
Yeah.
unfortunately for Jeremiah.
Here's my strategy
Yep.
for if I am in a situation like that and it's me and two other people and one of us has to go home, one of us has the idol, and I don't have the idol, I think the only way that you can tell someone to not play their idol is you have to tell them to play their idol. So the way that I would go about it, if I was Sophie, for instance, I would go to him and be like, listen, Jeremiah is adamant that we vote for you. You need to play your idol because if you're Alex and you have people feeding you that you need to play your idol, then he's going to have the assumption that okay, because they're telling me to, they now think that I actually am, so I'm not going to play my idol. And if you're Sophie, that's what you're aiming for if you're trying to keep Jeremiah. So you have to
Yeah,
go into it feeding him that he needs to play his idol so that
but
Alex
if
knows that they're too afraid to vote for him so that they can actually vote for him. That's the
but
only way to play it.
If Sophie goes up to Alex and says, "You have to play your idol, Jeremiah's voting for you," that only also means, "But guess what? I'm also voting for you." So, like, then you get in a
Yeah.
weird with only 3, it's this impossible situation of chicken, basically. Like, and if I'm Sophie and I'm saying, "Jeremiah's voting for you, and I'm also leaning towards voting for you, play your idol and vote Jeremiah," Alex is gonna say, "No, I'm voting you out because 'cause you're the one being upfront about it," or whatever. So, I mean, I see what you're saying, like, it's definitely I was trying to think in my head of a way to possibly get him to not play his idol, and I don't care how much he was toying with the idea and all
Yeah,
of it.
no. You have to
There's
play it.
if there's a 33% chance you're going home and you have an idol and you have guaranteed safety, you play that idol every single time.
I'm telling you, the only way to convince someone to not play it is to tell them to play it, even if the voting, like, I don't care. Make it up. Like, say Jeremiah has an extra vote. Jeremiah found a Beware advantage that gives him an extra vote.
That's
Come up
better.
with something.
That's better. If you say whenever if Jeremiah had gone on some journey, which he didn't, but if that's better. If Sophie says, "Hey, Jeremiah confided in me that he has an extra vote and wants to get rid of you, um, but I don't want that to happen. Let's vote for him." And I don't know if a revote goes to the second vote or not. I think it does. I don't know. But there's something there of like lying about having an extra advantage or having your own idol or whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
it's the best way to do it because it opens up both windows for you for a teammate because you vote for uh, Alex, and if he plays his idol and he's safe, you're the one that gave him the information, even though it's fake. So he's your ally post eviction. And if he doesn't play his idol because now he's convinced that it's turned around, then you vote him out, and then you have Jeremiah as your ally going forward. I don't know. It's complex. When it's down to 3, it is very complex. And I was curious
So,
about that because if he played his idol
mhm,
and everyone put one vote on each
yeah.
person,
So
what
I
happens?
wrote this down because of how, like, I didn't want to just be blabbering and be like, let me try to explain this. So I'm just going to read what I wrote. And I think it's done perfectly. I think I'll start by saying I think Sophie made the right move by voting for Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Because if Alex had chosen to side with Jeremiah, it would have been a 3-way tie, resulting in a revote. On the revote, Alex would then see that Sophie sided with me. So he would choose, even though Alex voted for Sophie originally, would choose be like, oh, Jeremiah voted for me and Sophie voted for Jeremiah. So obviously I want to vote for the person who didn't just vote for me. So on the revote, Alex would have to vote Jeremiah unless he just wants to stick with someone who just voted for him. And Sophie would also vote Jeremiah and Jeremiah would go. So if
So
for
they can't
some
vote.
reason,
They can't vote for him on a second vote if he's played his idol.
yeah, so he is off limits after that. If he plays his idol, he's off limits for the rest of the tribal. But
Okay.
so Sophie made the right move because if Alex had chosen to side with Jeremiah, she's safe because on the revote, I feel like Alex then realizes, oh, Sophie is loyal and she did tell me the truth. Let me stick with her. And if exactly what happened, Jeremiah goes home and Sophie's safe. And I feel like Sophie and Alex are locked in now. I don't know if they're on the
Yeah.
same tribe after the tribe shuffle or not,
You
but
know, you know who wouldn't follow that logic that you're laying out right now?
who?
Cedric. That
Cedric. What a guy.
bone-headed idiot that constantly went after the only people who supported him in the game.
Mm,
Anyway, I just
mm,
had to say it again.
I understand.
He's one.
Cedric
He's one of
needed.
the worst. He's one of the worst Survivor players I've ever seen, and that's a lot.
Not many.
Yeah, I know.
Of all
He
the
was horrible.
countries
I was
you've
like, this
seen.
guy. How are you a brain surgeon and you're this stupid
No, he's
and
not a brain
unaware?
surgeon. He's a butt doctor. He does prostate exams. Isn't that the whole joke he made?
I thought he was a neuroscientist.
No, dude, he does butt stuff. I'm pretty sure several jokes were made. Several jokes were made about him being a butt doctor. Um, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone in the comments, but I'm almost certain he does prostate
I'm
exams
looking it up. I'm looking it up.
and colonoscopies and whatnot. Um, but I think so. If you're watching right
A
now,
colorectal surgeon.
yeah, there you go. So you know what? You never mind. He had every right to make the moves he was making. He was not a brain
Oh, wow.
surgeon.
Yeah, no wonder he made it on Survivor. I mean, how many people can say they're butt surgeons?
Yeah. Oh man.
Golly, that guy was horrible.
Yeah, I feel like every single episode he was on, I was like, I would have done something completely different than what he did. He never once
It
made the
was
right choice.
so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. For whatever reason, he decided to keep Say around and just do whatever she wanted, which was never the right move.
He's like, okay, on this revote, okay, I'll keep you if you promise to just squash all this mess. Like what?
Yeah. Dude,
Okay. Oh, I'm at tribal round now. Let me
uh,
not lie about that so that you vote me out.
like that vote was entertaining, but Justin going home in that scenario when he has the ultimate choice of who goes home. Dude, no. If I'm Mary, I'm standing up and being like, "No, get rid of Say. Me and Justin have been
I
working
know,
together.
someone
You
say
can be
something.
you can be
Please
our
say
third."
something.
Yes. So, yeah, what a disaster that was. I mean, Say was fun for the season until she wasn't, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah. After she chased Mary around, I was like, It's getting weird.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
liking this.
mean, that's 48. 48 was just not good. And I thought Say was almost the only hope we had of making it entertaining. So by the end of her run, I was just rooting for her to continue to make it through episodes to continue to cause chaos, because otherwise it was just straightforward. Kyle and Camilla and Joe and Eva are just going to do what they want.
It was straightforward domination from Joe. We all
Yeah,
know it.
as that's what you think. Oh man. Anyways, it was a really good episode. Um, I think Sophie made the right choice. I hate to see Jeremiah leave. I liked all three of them at the end. I didn't want to see anyone go. But when everyone I feel like does the right thing, I'm happy with the episode. Like Jeremiah, I wish he wouldn't have gone, but in the situation, Sophie made the right move, Alex made the right move playing his idol, and
Yeah, he
Jeremiah,
was like, I shouldn't have played it. I shouldn't have played it. Dude,
but
you
yeah,
have to play it.
right. Yeah, it's sure
He'll know
it
that
goes
when he
down.
watches it.
Yeah, it goes down in like the history books as technically a misplayed idol, but bro,
No, it's not.
yeah, you play it and another one's
You
going to be
have a
heading out there.
33% chance of going home. You have to play it.
You're on Survivor.
Yeah,
Play
exactly.
the idol and stay another day, and then guess what? Go out and find another one. Like, do what you got to do. Stay a little longer. But
Yeah.
it was a good episode. I enjoyed it. It was. I mean, 49 is coming in right. Is pretty mediocre. Probably a little less than mediocre for me at this point, just because it has felt extremely predictable, and the 3-tribe format is not good
Yeah.
this many times in a row.
Sure. I'll agree with you. I don't really know.
It's bad. Disaster
All right.
tribes, the fact that that's
So,
a term and everyone can
are,
predict, oh, there's
yeah.
going to be a disaster tribe, bad for the show. Anyways, go on.
So, when they do these buff drops and they mix up the teams,
Yep.
are they going to keep it a 3
Good
tribe?
question.
You don't know?
So everyone, from what I've seen, people are like, oh, it's definitely 2 tribes. But I mean, it would not shock me if they did like a 5-5-4 split, and then the 2 people who draw the white rock or the empty envelope or empty whatever's wrapped around the buff goes on a journey.
Mm-hmm.
They compete in something or whatever, and then they go back to the losing tribe or whatever it is. Like maybe it's a 4-4-4 split. 2 people go on a journey. The 2 losing tribes both go to tribal, vote someone out. I don't think they'll do that because we just had a double elimination with the whole Jake thing.
Yeah.
But in the past, they would have done something like that, where the 2 losing tribes then just gain a random person from the other 2. So it wouldn't surprise me if they kept it at 3 tribes. I certainly hope they do 2 tribes. It would be the first time in the new era they've gone to 2 tribes. So there's that.
Something new. I can't
Yeah.
wait for the merge because I'm ready to
Dude,
start seeing some more
yes.
more monologue from the people that we know are going to be great, and so that we can just skip. Because at this point, knowing that those 2 are on 50, I wish I didn't, because now I just know that
I asked you.
everything I'm watching right now is just filler until I get to
Yeah.
Savannah and Rizgod.
Yeah. Yeah. This almost feels, it's weird knowing that information, because it certainly is like every time they're on screen you're like, oh, let's pay attention. Like
Yeah, yeah.
what's important? Like this is good. This is going to be important for the rest of the season. But it, like, having nothing from Yellow, I mean, we have some stuff, but very little. I feel even with this disaster tribe thing happening for 6 seasons, 5 of the last 6 seasons, it does feel like Yellow is significantly under edited. And it does make sense considering they want Rizzo and Savannah to be edited in the edit, and obviously the losing tribe gets in the edit. But I it does feel like as soon as this tribe shuffle happens and merge will happen in 2 episodes, um, maybe 1 episode, um, it feels like it's almost a complete reset because
Yeah.
yellow and red haven't had to play. Like they're making alliances, but they haven't had to do one thing, like one vote. So, no idols have technically been found on either one of their beaches. The beware advantages were found, but no one's claimed an idol. I also have no idea how it will work with the whole tribe shuffle if because the beware advantage they have to find it at the water well or under the boat. But if they do a tribe shuffle, is it then under the boat at the other tribe and then under the water well of the tribe they get swapped to? I guess that's how they would do it. Um, if they that makes sense. If they both get swapped to the same tribe, it would have to be in 2 different spots. Whereas the first idol found was at the water well. So this time, one's at the water well, one's at the boat. Fascinating. Anyways, it was a good episode.
Yeah.
Sophie made the right move. I'm really enjoying Sophie. She seems smart. I love that she was spying in the bush.
No, that was dumb.
Oh yeah, you're wrong. I mean, her take while spying in the bush was absolutely wrong. Her saying, "Oh, Jeremiah wants me out." No, no, he doesn't. You all just talked about how y'all were gonna pitch each other, basically. That
That's
was
why
dumb.
it's dumb.
Yeah,
Because
but
you're risking looking like a snoop and someone that doesn't trust anybody. Whenever you're one of 3 up for eviction, they have to be talking about you. What's the point of listening? It
so
doesn't help.
yeah, no. Well, one of 3, sure, I can understand your take, but in past Survivor seasons, man, there have been some legendary
No,
players
I know.
that have
Yeah,
done the
who
hide
is
in
it
the
that
bush.
yeah, she hid under the bush and they were talking out on the
Sandra,
sand.
one of your favorites of all time.
You want me to hang up? I don't want to talk about Sandra.
She
No.
did it. She's
Who's that girl? It's one that Emily loved,
what
but
season?
I think it's one of the newer seasons.
Rachel.
Yes, it is Rachel.
I think it is Rachel. Yeah,
It
it
is.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was good. That was a fantastic sneak and listen. But
Yeah,
that like
'cause it
Sophie's
yeah,
had nothing on that because she's one of 3. 2 people are talking. They
right,
know that they all have to go talk to each other.
right.
So you're not getting any information.
Yeah.
You're
That
just gonna go listen to some BS, and now you're risking looking like a person that's not willing to trust one of the 2 people that you have to go into the game with.
yeah, I agree. I agree
So
with that. So, I think her saying, "Oh, Jeremiah's after me," that's production. She didn't for
I agree.
1 second think Jeremiah was voting for her. But
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed the hiding in the bush because I feel like it's a callback to some of the legendary moments of Sandra does it. Other people who I don't want to name for spoilers reasons, but go watch season 28, and 34 and 40. Anyways, yeah, so I agree. Like her whole take from the whole situation was stupid and completely irrelevant, but
Yeah.
I don't fault her for it because I think
Yeah.
it was
Just to be
production.
clear, I'm pro people going and doing that because it's
Right.
awesome to
But at a
watch
3
from the couch.
person tribe.
Yeah, just for her
Right.
specifically in that moment. I was like, "Why do this?" Just
Yeah.
there's sometimes
So
where, your paranoia can help you, and there's times when it can absolutely kill you, and that was a kill
Mhm.
move had she been busted. But
Sure. Yeah. So something I've been thinking about the past week. Um, you said on the last episode about how you would give the disadvantage in the challenge to blue because you would want like yellow who might be in power to, have your back. I feel like, and several times in the past 3 episodes, you used terminology like evict because of your Big Brother history,
Hmm.
which I'm perfectly fine with. I love it. I love that you use that terminology. But um, in Survivor, if you win immunity, you have 0 power. In Big Brother, if you win head of household, you have all the power. So like there's not really a whole, I mean not all the power, but you certainly put people in danger. Like that's your job, is to put 2 people, 3 people on the block these days. But like so the
Possibly
whole
4.
possibly 4 if they possibly 5 if they win the veto and the blockbuster. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying like yellow, I get one to be in their good graces like coming into merge because they have as many numbers as you, but in no way do they
It's
have.
more so about that they have strong players, not
Okay.
necessarily power.
Okay. Yeah, I
That
just
would
want.
be my thinking is if I'm going to want to align with people that are going to take me far in the game, I'm not so sure blue is going to get me there. However, I know now as a Survivor podcaster that typically the people who survive the losing tribe
Yeah,
end up going far in the game. I get that.
that's
But
good.
just being out there on the Survivor Island and seeing Yellow has a brainiac genius that can solve all these puzzles, and they have XYZ characteristics over there as well, and they keep
Yeah.
winning physically and through mental games.
Mhm.
And they have equipment and are running a successful camp and are pushing good vibes and energy. Those are the people that I would be drawn to go work with,
Sure.
even if they don't carry any crazy power or anything like
Would
that.
you take
So,
someone like that to the end?
who?
Someone who's like, you're wanting to align with all these great players, but if you sit at the end with one of these great players, you might lose.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
Survivor loves picking losers.
No,
All you have to do is not play as good of a game as the person next to you, and you're
and
probably
you
going to
win.
win Survivor.
Oh my
So
god.
take take the super dog, and so in this instance, who I would not would take, you don't want to take the brainiac. You don't want to take the nerd or the outcast or the person. You don't want to take the David. If you take the David, they'll play the whole social game card. Hey,
Mm,
this person is stronger than me and I still got here. And then they end up getting the votes. So for me, I
yeah,
don't want to take a brainiac, but I would want to take a comp beast. The end that had so much power that he didn't have to worry about his game so much because he kept winning immunity. That's who I would want in the final chair with me. Because it does 2
interesting.
things. It shows that you're not scared to put yourself next to someone who won enough comps to get to the end, but you also know that you're going to be able to play the social underdog card on him, and that is the winning card. We just saw that bull crap with Ashley on Big Brother. You see it with Sandra, I'm assuming twice after seeing her win.
No.
Are you saying Sandra's a good winner in her first season?
Her first season, who she sits next to, she is certainly the right choice.
I can't even believe that. She's so bad at comps. It was horrific to
All right,
watch.
so you need to
Is
watch
she
7, 18, and 28. Those are your homework.
does she win anything ever?
Let me think. No, but let me tell
So,
you, the person she sits next to doesn't really either. So
oh gosh, I do not want to watch that season.
it's a good
Let me
season.
tell you
I promise
I
you, it's a good season.
I will watch it out of respect for the show and the fact that there is a two-time winner. I will watch it, but I will be very disgruntled the entire time that I'm watching it to know that I have to watch this person win their
I
first
think
one.
I think you'll actually like Sandra's game, her first season. I mean, she's not some comp beast that she's not going to win a ton of stuff, and it's season 7. There's not idols, but it's her like social game and everything is very. I mean, it's honestly, well, I don't want to say that. It's good. It's enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
Um, but anyways, um, I think you're right. Like the social my take on Survivor winners is in the new era specifically, I've noticed the person who has the best final tribal wins the game. Like if you can somehow sell your story of I
I
did
mean,
exactly what I meant. What?
that's not true with Sandra.
Well, that's not the new era.
Oh,
No,
new
no, no.
era. Yeah.
Yeah. New era. 41. I mean, I could go down the line and explain every single one of them to you. And I feel like the person who has the best final tribal wins the game. And there are some great final tribals of like, wow, I did not see that coming. And it's like you kind of want to give credit to a person pulling a specific move. It's weird. I don't want to spoil seasons, but 42 has one of the greatest final tribal performances in order to win the game in the history of the show. Again, not a great season. Some good a good cast, but questionable decisions
Yeah.
by production, in my opinion.
Oh, this chair's hurting my butt. I need an office. But
Dude,
um,
tell me about it.
yeah,
Uh,
the final tribal thing. I had a point I wanted to say there before my butt hurt. Someone call Cedric for me.
yeah, I was about to say someone call Cedric.
um, yeah, I don't
Uh,
know. I lost it.
yeah. Well, I mean, so there are some good final tribals that end up winning you the game, which I respect those, but I almost like I don't like before final tribal happens. Sometimes it'll show a montage of like the jury members of like I'm looking for someone. I don't have my vote sealed, and I want the person who wins to own their game, and you know my vote's completely open. If someone plays a dominant game, your vote shouldn't be open. I don't care how good of a final tribal you give.
Seriously. Yeah.
Like I
That
So my one of my hottest takes when people ask, because people ask me all the time, not really, but a specific season, this is gonna shock you after watching season 20. Coach should have won. And I'm not talking about his first season. So his third season, I think Coach should have won. He played a tremendous game. Fantastic. But he did not own it at Final Tribal. And he just kind of croaked.
yeah, you have to own it. You have to
You
own
have
everything. Even the bad stuff, you have to own it.
Yep.
I don't think I would have a bunch of bad stuff to own if I was a Survivor player because
Yeah,
I
sure.
think I'd play a pretty straightforward game.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say I remembered what I was gonna say earlier.
Good.
That there are some things that should just be not like actually outlawed or have rules for, kind of like Major League Baseball, how there's just unwritten rules.
Sure.
Some unwritten rules that need to happen with these reality game shows is stop with the whole hiding your profession thing. It's an old bit. Who cares?
Yeah.
Anybody could lie about their profession. I would love for some salesman to come into the show and be like, I'm actually a salesman, but I'm not going to tell anybody. And then at the end of it, it'd be like, I'm actually a salesman. And then everyone would
Yeah.
be like, so? Because
Yeah, and the
that's how I
jury just
feel about
roasts.
anybody that
Yeah.
does it. Like when someone comes on and says they're a lawyer, anybody could, I mean, I could not be a lawyer. I could get to the end of the game and say, actually, I'm a lawyer and I didn't tell anybody.
That's actually
Why not?
brilliant.
Anybody could lie about it. It's just a
That's
stupid thing.
but that would be good. If I ever get on Survivor, I'm officially doing that. Imma get to the end and say, "I'm actually an
You're
undercover cop."
welcome. Your final tribe. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. I'm
yeah,
Derek from Big Brother.
yeah, exactly.
But
I'm actually an undercover cop, and then as soon as they vote for me to win, I'll be like, "Psych, I'm a
stupid idiots.
janitor." Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
that's what I would do. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's an unwritten rule. It's disrespectful to like the intelligence of the game because anybody could just flat face lie about it. It's not like something that happens in the game that you could be caught red-handed with. And
Mhm,
somehow people act like it's a strategic piece of your game when you're
yeah.
there.
Well
That's just your background.
well,
Go ahead.
Season 43, there's a guy named Cody who's in sales, and another girl on his tribe, don't remember her name, she's kind of irrelevant. She also in sales and doesn't lie about her profession. And so Cody paints a target on her back, and she's like, she's in sales, we got to look out for her. And she gets voted out like first or second or something, even though he's also in sales
Yeah.
and he lies about it.
Yeah, and that's good gameplay and all. I just think it's an old,
Right.
overused bit that
Yeah.
people like Ashley specifically with Big Brother, not to get too far into Big Brother,
No, that's fine.
but she played that card so hard. And I'm like,
Dude.
who cares?
Yeah.
I don't care that you went to Georgetown at all. You might as well gone to Trinity Valley Community
Yeah.
College out here in Athens, Texas, and it'd be just as
3
impressive
months
to me.
ago, I entered this game with a mission. Oh my gosh, that's just cringe.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's one. And then the second one, which we've already talked about, that should be the unwritten rule. Do not ask people what they're doing with the money. It ain't your business. Everyone showed up and got lucky to be on the game. It's their right to win that money, regardless of
Yeah.
what they're going to do with it. So those two things, I'm sick and tired of those two things. I'll try to think of more things. You're gonna have like a board that you can start creating that's Gabe's unwritten rules that should be added to every
Love
reality
it.
TV show
Fair enough.
because people just don't have
So,
the common sense.
oh, we got a comment. It took an hour and 16 minutes, but we got one.
Yeah.
Courtney.
Quit her job and wants to be an actor now, and that sounds like the brain width and span that she has. So
Yeah,
uh,
that sounds about right.
and that's
But
obviously she doesn't have whatever. I don't want to get too far into it, but she has the degree to be a lawyer, and she's
sure.
had this short-lived job as a lawyer. Anybody can go to school for anything. Using it to be a part of your winning speech in a game when it doesn't have anything to do with your game, like she specifically on purpose, supposedly, was an idiot. How does being a lawyer help that at all as far as your gameplay goes? So using it as credibility for a reason to win $750,000, it doesn't make
Mhm.
any sense at all. And the fact that people are this far into however many seasons of shows that we're in with Survivor or with Big Brother, that people still care about that, it's just crazy to me.
Yeah, I agree. I think I particularly agree with your second unwritten rule of not being able to say what you'll do with your money. Shouldn't be a question asked by the jury. One of the people, the winner of season 43, an unlikely winner, absolutely should not have won. But he gave a good final tribal. People voted for him because he pitched it well. And then after he wins, he says, I'm actually donating all of my money to veterans. But in
Epic.
no point, yeah, in no point during his final tribal speech to get the votes does he say that. So,
And that's a national treasure right there. That's a
right.
hero of the people.
Yeah.
That is what we want to see.
Yeah.
If you ask
So,
me that question, I'm probably going to say, take your mom out on a date or something stupid like that.
ooh,
Don't ask me
bars.
stupid questions.
I'd vote for you
Bars.
just for that.
Bars.
Yeah, I 43 of the to me, the 41 through 44 section of Survivor is the worst in the history of the show, and 43 is the best of those seasons, just because of stuff like that and the whole, you know, Cody and Sales and voting for the other one, and then there's another character I like a lot who's not on 50 who should be. Anyways, oh, we got another comment. Courtney, our one and only. Oh, we have 2 viewers actually right now, but Courtney's the only one saying anything. I think people typically lie because if you are successful, they don't want you to win when you already have money. But yeah, totally over people using it in their winning speech. Agreed. I mean, Mike White on 37, who is a
Yeah, I was going to say
very,
Mike White
yeah.
is kind of the opposite of that take.
I mean,
But
initially he was like, I'm famous enough that people will probably recognize me. But he definitely in the first episode is talking like, if people didn't recognize me, like that would be good. But
Yeah.
he's famous enough where he's known as Miss Professor Doctor Mr. Schneebly from School of Rock at that point.
Yeah.
Um,
I will
so
say, like, um, for instance, of one of which that comment is true is it reminds me of Frankie from Big Brother. Because I know a
yeah,
couple times, like, people are like, "Well, the dude's already married, or he's not married. He's family with Ariana Grande,
yeah,
so he doesn't really need the money. Would I give him my vote? I don't really know." People more so, I think, dislike the smart jobs because they're intimidated by the thought of playing against a neurosurgeon.
hmm
But I mean, I guess it's easier to say not playing the game and not being forced to be surrounded by people of, you know, higher income jobs or whatever. But
right,
it's just I don't know if that would actually intimidate me within the game of Survivor. Because you see Cedric, even though it's a butt surgeon, at the end of the day, he's a surgeon, and he was horrible at the game. I don't think that being a lawyer necessarily translates into gameplay. But
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, the only time that it did is whenever I've successfully seen it and thought, "This guy is good because of his job," is Derek from Big
Derek,
Brother.
yeah.
I mean, to be able to dig up so much information and never see the block is one of the craziest seasons of Big
I
Brother ever.
mean, yeah, he plays a perfect game. He
Yeah, he did.
goes in, and it's one of the rare times where on Big Brother it's edited pretty perfectly the entire season. Like they knew going in that they were going to edit Derek heavily until he went out. Whereas because it's edited week by week, a lot of times the people they edit heavily get evicted quickly
Yeah,
or, semi quickly. But like Derek plays a fantastic game from day 0 to winning the game. So it's the most like survivor edited season there is, in my opinion.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Would you, like, if you were on the jury, would you vote for a Frankie? Would you vote for, um,
I am voting for the best game,
what if it's
period.
Jimmy Johnson, who's a millionaire on season 21?
Yeah, I forgot that he was on there. It's so wild.
It is
Uh,
crazy.
yeah, that is crazy. I can't imagine ever Jimmy Johnson being in the final. If Jimmy Johnson was in the final 3 of Survivor, it would feel like satire. So I mean,
Yeah. I'd have to vote as a Cowboys fan.
Jimmy Johnson specifically to me is an unfair,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
analogy to use, even though he was actually in the game.
Yeah.
But, like, a Mike White, if he played a great game, I'd vote for
Yeah,
Mike
I'd vote
White.
for him. Yeah. Especially at the point he was at. Like, I mean, he's probably a millionaire at the point of David versus Goliath, but he hadn't created the White Lotus, and the White Lotus is huge.
I don't
So,
even know what that is.
fantastic show on HBO. Um, don't watch it. Um, it's really good, but it's got some, some themes that are not great,
Some
you know what I mean?
TVMA here and there.
TVMA, you know what I mean?
Some,
Um, so
NSFW.
there's a yeah, yeah, exactly. There's on season 25 a famous baseball player, Jeff Kent, is on the season. And like one person recognizes him and he gets pretty far. He's a good player and he gets voted out and is like basically says, "Man, I've made 54 million over the course of my career, but I really wanted that 1 million." And like I wanted that 1 million more than any of the 54 million I've gotten. Like I'm like I love that. I love that people
Yeah.
love Survivor. And it's like
Mhm.
these professional athletes' goal is to win Survivor, even though they've
Yeah.
been in the major leagues or the NFL or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, as a competitor,
yeah,
you just have to
love
be
it.
on to the idea of mental, physical,
Yep.
spiritual exhaustion and still coming out a champion. I mean,
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I will fully support. I think I'm like you. I'd vote for the best person to, regardless of money. And if it's Jimmy Johnson, I gotta vote for him as a Cowboys fan. It would feel wrong not to. I mean, unless he just played a horrible game, then I wouldn't, because I respect Survivor more than that. But um, you need to watch more seasons so that we don't always refer to 48 David versus Goliath, heroes versus villains in China.
it's what I got in the arsenal, baby.
Hey, I mean, it's something. It's a start.
Hey, I mean, by the time we get to season 50, it could look. When does season 50 start?
It'll be like January, probably late
Oh
January.
wow, that's pretty fast.
Yeah, so the winter break is very short. So ideally, and I know it's still a rumor, but if they do the winter Big Brother All Winter season, we could potentially keep this going. Do like a weekly Big Brother episode, and then straight into Survivor 50. Continue, and then
The perfect way to do Big Brother would be to podcast on Friday.
yeah,
So you have the Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday you make your speculation on who you think goes home, who's going to win the next HOH.
yeah.
And kind of like say what you're rooting to
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
And then let it unfold, and then we talk
Right.
about it. But
Instead of an episode
anyways,
recap, it would be a weekly recap.
yeah.
Or
I got
3
too
episodes.
much going on.
Oh,
For
yeah, for
episodes.
sure. We're not doing 3 episodes a week, that's for sure, over Big Brother winter season. Anyways, but that was my thought. If it happens to be a thing, we could do Big Brother weekly, whatever day, and then right into Survivor 50 for the good stuff.
That sounds great.
Courtney says,
Big
yes,
Brother
do it.
podcast.
BB podcast. Hope there is a winter season. I don't know if you
Yeah.
saw it, Courtney, but on Twitter or X, Xavier, winner of whatever season he won, he posted something saying winter is coming, and win was in parentheses. So there's rumors of an all winter Big Brother reindeer games or winter season or something. So we'll see if it happens. But we've been talking. This is easily the longest episode we've had. So let's shut up and go to bed.
Yeah, I gotta do dishes.
Oh, sorry to hear that. I gotta go to bed.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right. Thanks for watching.
I know. Last episode we did the whole "Who do you think's not safe" next week, but with the buff drop.
I mean, I feel like the answers are the same. MC, Savannah, Rizzo, Sophie, and Alex, because they have screen time. I mean,
safe, but yeah, as far as going home, it looked like your old man was in trouble.
Yeah, Matt got no time at all, no screen time. MC is still kind of not trusting the 4.
Next week on Survivor, and they were like,
"Oh yeah,
dude's crazy."
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So
he'd be in trouble.
Yeah,
but if they're feeding us that a week in advance, I don't think he goes home next week.
Yeah, we said the same thing about Jake though, like the medevac, and then he actually got medevaced. What a shock!
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we'll be back next Wednesday or Thursday, depending on what works best for us, because we don't really care about you guys. So I'm kidding. We care about y'all. Thank you, Courtney,
guys.
for being here.
Yeah, everyone
you guy,
out there watching.
you girl, Courtney, all of our fan, Courtney, we love.
All of our fan.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But if you watch later and you happen to make it to the 1 hour and 29th minute, like, subscribe, comment, give us more content you want to see from us. We have lots of passions and hobbies: movies, TV shows. For me and Gabe, books. I enjoy the whole whiskey cigar thing. Let us know what you want. And we'll see you back here.
Shout out to our boy John Bird, who just finished a book.
Yes.
And has the backing financially on Kickstarter.
You know what? Hey, John.
If you want to go support.
Yeah, I'll put the link
on. Yeah.
I'll put the link. I can edit the description. I'll put the link in the description for John's book if you want to support him. He wrote a book. Actually, fun fact: me and Gabe are both writing books. If we
Okay.
ever finish them, we'll see. We both started books.
I keep
So
taking on new creative
yeah,
tasks, and
same.
then it keeps like, this is my
Yeah,
newest one, so it's my priority one, and it just keeps falling
right.
backwards.
Yeah,
But I
same.
do this podcast, and then I have 5 or 6 episodes now of Levi's Library, where I just read children's books in funny voices to my kids so that they can listen to it in the car. And I enjoy that so much. It's so fun to do that for them.
Dude, that's
But
fantastic.
yeah.
I love that. If you is it on YouTube or anything, or
Oh, it's just on like Apple Podcasts and
okay? Because
Spotify,
if
I
you want to
think.
send me a link or something, I can easily,
Oh, you can
plug it
use plug.
plug it here for all of our
Yeah,
fan
I mean,
for
it's for
Courtney.
kids. So it's
Courtney,
for
go listen
kids.
to Gabe read Green Eggs and Ham. Uh,
Yeah.
anyways, all right. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week sometime, Wednesday or Thursday, and I'll post the link in the description for John's book. Support it. It's a good book. I've read most of it. That's all I got. Until next time, have a great night.
Bye.